right, good morning, fourth graders. We're ready for language. So you would prepare for language by having everything on your desk that you need for this class period, and you will need your whiteboard and whiteboard material for this class period. All right, so if you would have your whiteboards ready, I am going to give you a question and you're going to write the answer on your whiteboard. In a friendly letter, what is the name of the part that may say, "Dear friend"? All right, show your answer. Your answer should be greeting. Go ahead and erase. In a friendly letter, what part may be written, "Sincerely, yours truly," or "love"? Show your answer. Your answer should be the word closing. What do we call words like hot and cold, high and low, large and small? Show me your answer. Your answer should be antonym. Next question. This part of the sentence tells who or what the sentence is about. And that answer would be subject. Next, these words are the first and last words on a dictionary page and are written at the top of the page. Show me your answer. That answer would be guide words. Next, what is the subject of an imperative sentence? And that would be the word you. What two words make the contraction won't? And that answer would be will not. What is the main part of a friendly letter called? And that answer is bati. Which word is a preposition? Accept or except? And the answer would be except. EXCEPT. Now you can put your whiteboard material away and turn in your workbooks to page 307, review lesson 158. And then Mrs. Osborne will go over the answers with you in just a few moments. All right, today we're going to be starting a lot of review over parts of speech and punctuation that we have learned throughout the school year. So as I try to put the marker next to it, we're going to read these together. So let's begin. And a joining word to correct a run-on sentence. After yes or no at the beginning of a sentence. Before and after the name of a person you are speaking to in a sentence. To separate city and state. To separate words or groups of words in a series. To separate parts of a day. Now for a period. So let's begin. Use a period at the end of most sentences, after initials of names, after abbreviated titles of respect, after most abbreviations. Use an apostrophe where letters have been left out in a contraction and with an S to show ownership. Use a colon between the chapter and verse of a scripture reference, between the hours and minutes of written time. Use quotation marks, read it with me, around the titles of short stories, poems, songs, and magazine and newspaper articles. Also around all direct quotations. And we underline titles of books, newspapers, magazines, plays, and works of arts, names of ships, planes, and trains. Now, fourth graders, these are all punctuation that we have been doing throughout the entire school year. So I want you to look at this sentence on the board and let's read it together. 3, 2, 1, begin. Mom made these sandwiches and they are delicious. I want you to find for me subject and verb. Write them on your whiteboard. Subject and verb. So we have mom, and let me see if I can fix that. Mom made, and they are. So, why, by raise of hand, is there a comma in this sentence? Olivia? Yes, because we could not have it be a run-on sentence. Tell me, class, what type of sentence is this based on its punctuation? It would definitely be exclamatory. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Why is there a comma? Please help me with my arithmetic homework, Grandpa. Can you tell me, Caleb, why there would be a comma? Okay, we're doing a comma because we're speaking to Grandpa, and when we speak to someone, we separate it with a comma. Class, what type of sentence is this? Yes, it would be a declarative sentence. Okay. What is the subject of this sentence? Last Sunday, we heard Reverend Thompson's message from James 1:17 through 20. We heard. What kind of verb is heard? Yes, it would be an action verb. We heard what? Message. So message would be what part of speech? Yes, it would be a direct object. Supposed to be a D. What is from James 1:17 to 20? Yes, that would be a prepositional phrase. And what is this punctuation mark, class? And that is a semicolon, which separates our chapter from our verse. Okay? Today we have enjoyed beautiful weather. What is the subject, class? We. What is the verb? Have enjoyed. Have enjoyed what? Have enjoyed weather. What does that make weather? It makes weather a direct object. What is beautiful? Beautiful is an adjective describing what kind of weather it is. And what part of speech is today? Today would be an adverb describing when. And what part of speech is this, class? It is not part of speech, I'm sorry. What kind of sentence is it? It is an exclamatory sentence. Very nice. So let's look at language page 156. So let's have everyone turn to page 156 and we'll look at Think A. Complete the sentence by writing an interjection with a comma or an exclamation point. If needed, use proofreader marks to capitalize the first letter of the next word. So we have blank, it may rain today. So you can choose a word to put in there. If you're going to say, oh, it may rain today, then we would just make this a comma. If you're like, wow, it might rain today, then you would put an exclamation point and you would have to capitalize the I. So this is a section that the answers are going to vary depending on how you want the sentence to be expressed. So I want you to go ahead and do numbers 1 through 5. Just remember, if you use a comma, you don't need to capitalize. If you use an exclamation point, you need to capitalize. And you want the sentence to be strong feeling if you use the exclamation point. Now, I will tell you what I would have done if this had been me writing the answers for myself. I would have had exclamation point at number 2. I would have had a comma at number 3. Now, maybe for some of you, your favorite shirt has that, but you'll see that it ends in a period. 4, I would have had an exclamation point, and 5, I would have had an exclamation point. Now, as we look at Think B, then we want to draw parentheses around each prepositional phrase, mark the sentence, and mark the sentence pattern. So we need both of those or all 3 of those things to be completed. So, in some state fair competitions in the United States, artists create sculptures from butter. Well, we have several prepositional phrases. In some state fair competitions in the United States, from butter. Now, we should know that we're not going to find our subject and verb inside the prepositional phrase, so we would have artist create. Inside right there, artist create. Artists create what? Sculptures. So we would have subject, action verb, direct object. So let's look at number 2. A butter sculpture must be made of very cold butter in a very cold room. What's our first preposition? Of. So of very cold butter or in a very cold room. So what must be made? Sculpture must be made. And butter and describe sculpture. So here we would have subject and action verb. Go ahead and complete numbers 3 through 5 on your own. All right, for number 3, you should have done for the sculpture as your prepositional phrase. And then sculpture is. What kind of verb is, class? It is a linking verb. Sculpture is what? Sculpture is sculpture. So this should have been subject linking verb, predicate nominative. Number 4, in icy waters would be your prepositional phrase. Artist, subject, action verb dip, dip what? Dip hands, direct object. Sculptures of cold butter can last for a long time. Of cold butter for a long time. Okay, so now we have sculptures can last as the action verb. So when you took out the prepositional phrases, it was easy to find the subject verb. I'm going to have you go back and do Write C at the end of class. Let's go ahead and go to D. Draw parentheses around each prepositional phrase. Lillian did not forget her homework at home. So we're going to first find that prepositional phrase, which is at home. Okay, that is our prepositional phrase. Now we're going to mark the sentence. Okay, so let's figure this out. Where is my verb? Did what? Did forget. Because class, what is not? Not is an interrupter. So, whoops. Lillian is the subject. So subject, did forget is what kind of verb? It would be an action verb. Lillian did forget what? Homework. Making homework what part of speech? It is a direct object. Now, we are going to diagram everything except the prepositional phrase. So go ahead and diagram that sentence. All right, so to start, and that was not a very good straight line, but we'll deal with it right now. All right, so we know we should have right here, Lillian did forget homework. That's the direct object, so we have that direct line. So now we have an adjective, an adverb. Sorry, class, an adverb. Not. When did she finish it? Not. Or forget it? Not. Not finished, but forgot. And then we do have an adjective here describing whose homework it was. It is her homework. All right, go ahead and do all of number 2. The prepositional phrase, the marking, and the diagramming. All right, so for number 2, in the blue suit is your prepositional phrase. Man is subject linking verb. Man is who? Man is dad, predicate nominative. So we have man is dad. The man is the adjective describing man, and Carlos is the adjective describing dad. So now you're going to go back to Write C. Antonym means words that are opposite or against. So you want to write a declarative sentence that is the opposite of discourage. So if you're not going to discourage someone, you would do, don't say it out loud. Then what does synonym mean? Synonym means the same. So you're going to write an interrogative sentence that shows the same understanding of the word genuine. If someone is genuine, they are authentic, they are honest. So you're going to write an interrogative sentence. When you are finished, follow the instructions that Mrs. Osborne has for you, and have a great rest of your day.